Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus and social distancing and all of this that's been going around lately regarding this pandemic that the world is facing. It's a pretty scary and stressful time. I usually don't feel panicked about things like this. I don't know if it's because of my age or that I don't feel like I can be affected when I know I can. There's probably a lot more people that are carrying this um, illness around that don't even know it because they don't show any symptoms. I've been checking my temperature regularly and haven't had a fever or anything. I haven't had a cough. None of the symptoms. My seasonal allergies are, kicking my butt as usual. So I have that to contend with, but that's nothing compared to this coronavirus that's been going around. And from what I understand, coronavirus is just a broad term um, for just that type of respiratory or just that type of sickness. It was H1N1 and um, things like that have been called coronavirus too, but it's this new strain, this COVID-19, that's the problem. And that's, we don't know anything about it. And, that's part of the deal is why the test kits and everything weren't developed right away, is because no one understood what was happening. But now we do, and now it should be a lot easier if the right people do what they're supposed to do for everyone to be tested and, quarantined and hopefully get over, the virus. Um, it seems like there's been a lot of blame being pushed around, and I don't think anyone's to blame. It happened. We just have to deal with it and be strong and get through it. Um, So I haven't been quarantined where I'm at. There's been no curfew. The restaurants and bars have closed for public dining. Everyone can take out orders, which is good to help keep the businesses going. I encourage you to do that if you eat out. The stores around here have been pretty empty. I was in Walmart today to pick up cat food because you can't let the guy starve after all. And there was a lot of people walking around with masks and gloves, which is understandable, although the masks aren't going to help you if you're not sick. And the gloves, they say, attract more germs because you can't really wash them. So they don't want you really doing either, and to leave that for the medical professionals that do need those supplies. Although in the Walmart where I was at, they had boxes of gloves in different parts of the store for probably their employees more, but I'm sure that there was customers that used them as well. But it was really weird because, I would walk down the aisle here and there and people would kind of have their cart and they would see me coming, they would kind of go out of the way. I don't know what that was about. I don't think I'm that scary looking or I look sick or anything like that. I think everyone's just at this heightened, you know, stress lately, which is understandable. It's not anything to scoff at. And for a while, they were saying that the young population can't be affected by it, but they're finding that they can. And some of them have been terribly, terribly sick from it and had to go on ventilators and everything else. So this goes across every age group, you know. But back to Walmart. I was there about a week ago, and I was able to get toilet paper and food and supplies, cleaning supplies and disinfectant and things like that. I went there today. I was planning to buy some soup as well. The soup and pasta aisle was completely empty. I mean, there was things here and there. There's like lobster bisque and, chicken broth and things like that, which I didn't want. Cream of mushroom soup, which I didn't want either. Even though I like it, I passed it up. Maybe somebody else can use it that I can't. Um, and then the paper aisle was completely empty. There was literally nothing on the shelves. Toilet paper, wipes, napkins, tissues, paper towels, two aisles completely emptied of supplies, which last night on the local Facebook group, somebody had posted that they were at the Walmart and they had plenty of toilet paper, but they were running out of cat and dog food. And when I went today, there was plenty of cat and dog food and zero toilet paper. Now I have some, which is too much information. Um, so I'm not gonna run out like today. But this whole, everyone's making fun of the toilet paper hoarding, and I could understand how it seems ridiculous that, you should be buying food for 2 weeks, they say, at least. Stock up in case you cannot get out, even though they're saying if you're quarantined, you can go out for groceries. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to find any the way these people are buying everything. But the toilet paper thing, if you're literally stuck in the house with this coronavirus for 2 weeks and you run out of toilet paper, what are you going to do, right? I mean, obviously there's some gross things that can happen that you can use, but I think that's why everyone's kind of freaking out about the toilet paper, because what happens when you don't have any and you can't get out of the house? It makes sense to me why you would hoard it. But you don't have to buy like 100 rolls. Buy enough for 2 weeks. You got a roll of 12, buy 2 packs of that, that's 24. That should last you plenty of time. It's not the end of the world, and they're going to manufacture more toilet paper. And you can't even buy it on Amazon right now. I get an alert on my phone because I set it up for when some is available, just in case, because I don't have that much. I have, I think, 10 rolls, and you can't find it. So I set up an alert on my phone from Amazon saying when they get, I forget which brand it is, when they get it back in stock. So I got an alert yesterday, went to buy it, and they wanted it came out with shipping and everything. It was like $18. It's like, no, it was like 6 rolls of toilet paper. It's like, you guys are crazy. There's no way I am paying $18 for 6 rolls of toilet paper. Okay? No, not going to happen. So something really needs to be done regarding that. If you have plenty of toilet paper, save some for the rest of us that might need it down the road. That would be nice. The other thing that they keep talking about is the government stimulus check, which from what I vaguely remember, after 9/11, George W. Bush sent out like a $300 stimulus check to boost the economy. I remember getting it something, and how Bush took all this credit regarding it when it was really Bernie Sanders' idea to do it. So thank you, Bernie, for that. Bernie Sanders, I'm not endorsing him by any means. I mean, you vote who you want to vote for. I'm not going to get into that right now. But he is pushing for every American to get $1,000 as a stimulus check, and then maybe $1,000 more, which would be great. I'd take anything they give us, Not that I'm not working right now, but it could happen. I work with a very sensitive population in regards to this disease. I'm a home caregiver for seniors. So where I'm at, we also have a senior daycare facility, which people have still been going. The seniors have still been attending daily, but we take precaution, make sure they wash their hands frequently, don't let anyone come in the back where they sit and watch TV and have their exercise class and eat and everything like that. It's very selective who actually comes into the building, which is smart anyway. The door's locked, we have to buzz them in. But I mostly do the home care one-on-one with a lot of the clients. And so my boss has been having it where if you've been with somebody in the last week, 2 weeks, that's basically who you're going to be with. She's cutting back, going back and forth, different caregivers with different clients and things like that, which is smart. So my fear is that if I carry it, that I'm going to pass it along to one of my clients, one of my seniors. And hopefully that doesn't happen, because they are, like I said, a very sensitive population in regards to the coronavirus. And I'm very fond of my people. So that's my biggest fear. And then if I get sick, then I can't go help them. And then what's going to happen? the lady I take care of mainly now is, she can get around on her own pretty good. She can't drive or anything, and excuse me, have an itch. Um, and she uses a walker, so she can't really carry, you know, food and her plate. Like if she makes something in the microwave, if she warms something up, excuse me, not attractive. Not that I am, but anyway, if she warms something up in the microwave, how can she carry the plate to the table, when she's got to hold on to the walker? So anyway, um, there is a couple of other caregivers that go to help her, so hopefully I won't get sick and I'll still be able to help her. But where she lives, her neighborhood grocery store was stocked completely. I mean, you could find everything there besides bread and toilet paper and cans of corn, apparently. But they were restocking the shelves with fruits and vegetables and meat and everything like that. And, sorry, I don't know why I'm itchy. Allergies. Um, so I was able to get a lot of things for her. And if we're not able to get there, I was able to get things that she could not so much make on her own, but things she could still eat and make sure she's okay. And she hasn't shown any signs or symptoms of anything, and so that's nice. I don't think any of our clients actually have, knock wood. So we'll, keep an eye out on your neighbors, your parents if they're up there, if grandparents, great grandparents. Make sure everyone's safe. And like I said, you might not be showing any symptoms, but you might be carrying the coronavirus. They're saying that over 50% of the population will have it by the time it's all said and done. They're also saying that if they did not jump on this when they did, which they should have jumped on it a lot sooner, but it could have led to 2.2 million Americans potentially dying from this, which is a scary thought. So let's hope that they've got everything. I know you're not supposed to touch your face. I'm at home. I wash my hands. Everything's fine. So hopefully they'll get this thing under control, flatten the curve, as they keep saying. It's pretty disturbing when the president and his coronavirus task force comes on daily and goes into all the details of what's been happening. And it's basically been the same thing the last couple days. Nothing really new. But then a few hours later, you get the local government coming on and telling you what happened in your state. And that changes more than the national report does, which is a little bit scarier. Like, my cousin, she works in a suburb here that is now on lockdown, and she was just there yesterday, and she was in 3 different shops on her lunch break, and so it's hitting a little closer to home. But hopefully she's okay. Hopefully everyone else is okay. How are you handling this coronavirus situation and your social distancing? I hope everything is going well. If you've got kids, I hope you're keeping them busy so they don't drive you crazy. I know it's easy to plop them in front of the TV and just let it go, which, you could watch Frozen 2 if you've got Disney Plus. Speaking of let it go, it's on streaming now. Anyway, but you can go outside, even if you're under quarantine. Excuse me. You could go out in the backyard and play if the weather's nice. Today here we have rain and thunderstorms later, so happy first day of spring, right? It's better than snow. So there are things you can still do with the family, Don't think quarantine means you're literally locked inside your house. It's not that serious as when they mean quarantine. They basically want you to keep away from other people in case you do have it so you don't spread it around, flatten the curve. But you go out for walks and ride bikes and do things like that and have, enjoy yourselves. Don't think you're under lockdown like they did in China, where they literally locked people inside their houses and they couldn't get out. We're not going to get to that state, I hope. It's a little scary to think about, being locked in, which is probably another reason why people are hoarding everything. But I don't think our government will get away with that if they tried it. Let's hope anyway, right? Well, that's about it I think I have to say. I hope you guys are safe and well, and you have everything you need, so you're not hoarding everything so people can't buy it. especially the people who need it. You know, I saw a lady on Reddit the other day. She was crying because she couldn't even buy diapers for her kid and was upset because everyone bought all the diapers up in the store. You know, there's serious things like that going on, but there's also some uplifting things. Like, have you guys seen the people singing from the balconies in Italy and I think Spain, where they're singing songs and playing instruments back and forth and uplifting people's spirits? And then in Italy, um, I don't know the river's name. I can't think of it right now. I guess that's in Venice, the canal. You know that you have that they have those big gondolas that you know tour through. The water's been so clean they've been seeing dolphins and fish return. So I mean there are some uplifting things, and I'm sure there's a lot of good going around in the world. Besides all this, as Mr. Rogers said, look for the helpers. I hope you guys are okay, taking care of yourself. I know I rambled on for too long here, but like the video if you want. Please subscribe. I'll try not to go on too much again next time. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Remember, wash your hands.